mudra of Dai Kongou. This. It's not the hands joined. It's every finger slightly between every finger. It's the first phalange that is crossing, and it's slight, but the thumbs are together. You can have the thumbs crossed a bit, but it's less comfortable when you're moving it. So it's your choice. That's the gesture for Dai Kongou. Okay? And when you keep your base palms joined and you open a bit, that's Sho mudra. Jvalita in Sanskrit. Jvalita means radiance. Okay? The great undestructible Buddha Radiance. Okay? So that's Dai Kongou Bushu. Dai Kongou Bushu. But when you do the ritual quickly, Dai Kongou Bushu, you can't go like this. You're just gonna cross your fingers. So when you do it slow, Dai Kongou Bushu. Okay? It's very light. It's like if you just join your hands, and when you're done, you're okay, you're here. Or you can keep it there, but there's an opening that happens. Sometimes the pinky stays together. Okay? To radiate. But you're not radiating outside. It's a symbol. The Vajra Mudra, the indestructible mudra, the Buddha Radiance, or the Radiance. Because you have the mudras of every other principles of the Dai Kongou In. Like Dai Kongou In is Japanese tradition. Esoteric secret. Except a few rare people, no one knows. From the Tendai tradition, a group went away in the 1500s and isolated. The Tendai attempts to join Pure Land and Vajrayana. The Tendai is a combination of Buddhism that was very useful in China, not Japan, China, when it was called Chenchai. And the Chenchai, which is the name of a mountain, they gathered on the mountain Chenchai. All the great Buddhists from all traditions. Let's make one Buddhism. And the Buddhas they made, the Buddhism they made, was not the universal Buddhism. It's the Buddhism useful for Chinese at this time, which is very good Buddhism, even for us today. And the Chenchai, they just said, the Buddhism we made on that mountain. No arrogance about being the best. That thing we decide to do. Goes to Japan. The Japanese say Chenchai in Japanese. Hindai And you got Tendai Buddhism. From the Tendai Buddhism, in the 1500s, a group go away. A competition between Nichiren Buddhism and Tendai Buddhism. Some people say, let's do both. Let's take the Kuji-in, that the Tendai is so strong on. Let's take the wisdom of Mahayana, of self-observation, Vipassana. Let's take the concept of the elements. Let's remix another Chenchai. Let's do something about it. So they found that the Gohanzen method of Nichiren was very useful. To put the whole of your wisdom in one seal and to look at it and be inspired. The idea of a big seal is not limited to Nichiren Buddhism. Majutsu has been doing this for ages. So these guys, mages, they go away. And they take away the systems of belief. Discover everything about yourself in one pillar of coming here. A pillar of strength and power. The pillar of severity, if we want. Know yourself. And another pillar of discovery, of letting go, of transcendence. Pillar of kindness, of peace, of softness. Sokusan tan nin chi sui fa fu ka ku fugen, non-attachment. Just let it go, and everything will be fine. This wisdom died. So I reawakened it. And in the middle pillar, there is only the radiance of divine light. And of course, none of these Japanese studied Kabbalah. They looked at the truth and they express it as purely as possible. In their Buddhist philosophy. I find this wisdom to be great and wise. It inspires truth. In the left pillar, Kuji-in. if you imagine that you are the seal, it's the right pillar of civility, yeah? Like the tree of life. And it brings knowledge of self. Yet, on the left pillar, your left, if it's you, right on the sheet, is all the concept of observing yourself, to discover yourself. But it's the pillar of letting go, of non-attachment, Fugen. Because through observation and application of elements, you awaken. Like in the tree of life, on the pillar of kindness, there's peace, there's creativity, there's the vision of all resources. The elements are on that pillar. Okay? Whoever observes reality purely as it is will see it. And then it is filtered in an expression. The same way the Buddhists like to say that Jesus went to study Buddhism. Because he says the same thing. And that the Hindu say that the Buddha Sakyamuni was Hindu, which is accurate. And Jesus came to India to study yoga. Each in their own backyard. No long traveling. Some did, but not all. Enlightened masters see the truth and express it. And if it's the truth, the fundamentals will be identical, and the methods of expressing it will be somewhat similar, based on the same fundamental, unique reality. For those who study Kuji-in, the pillar of strength, Kuji-in, Ring, Hyo, To, Sha, Kai, Jin, Retsu, Zai, Zen, Jishi. Some dialects will say Ji Chi with a T, Chi. Sometimes we say Ji Shi when we're lazy, like a Japanese slang. Now, the pillar on the right of the sheet, which is the left pillar of kindness, of charity, self-awareness, if you want. Soku is breathe. Okay. That is the mudra. It's not just like that. It's you sweep, like you're. There's an artistic. Song is inhabit. It's not putting the hands down. It's just lift the shoulders. So song. And you get it close to your second or base chakra, just the song. So that's how we do the breathe and inhabit. Sogu. So the soku is said before the breath, unless you can breathe in and speak at the same time. Okay? Soku. 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 It's not a big movement. And you stay there. just breathe, inhabit, breathe, inhabit. It seats you. Once you're here, kan, don't confuse with many other kanji in Japanese. There are many kanji for kan, kai, go, and each are different because it's just a syllable, and in context it's changed meaning. Okay, so kan is when you're done your soku. Kan, soku, son. Now kan is you bring back like this to face, feel. So it's not looking, it's towards you. Okay, the entire heart plexus area, below plexus, heart and heart, all this. Okay, kan, I feel. And then you just lower your hands to look at it. Nin, I observe. Those 4 states of being is the application of the wisdom of the states of being in Japanese tradition, in a rare Japanese tradition. And they used to just practice that. Sometimes they do it standing. You can stay sitting. Just so. Just relax. So. So. Kan. Nin. And they just have the slight movements of the leg. So. Kan. Nin. So the kan is also said before the in-breath. Kan. Nin. And they rest in the observation. Okay? That's just for those who want to do it walking or standing. Let's do it 3 times. Trying to awaken the states. So. So. Kan. Relax, but the gaze goes to the hands. Like whatever you've felt, you can look. Gaze up again. So. So. Kan. The elbows come close to you and your hands up. Because of the samurai influence, they really put 2 hands straight like knives, and you look at your sword. Relax. Okay. So feel the pressing down. I'm here. Kan. Nin. So they had a feeling of revelation when you do Nin. There's Kan. And you do Nin. And your hands go a bit further from your body. Kind of allow the chakras to relax. Eh? Yes, I will look at it. Okay. Soku. Kan. Kan. Nin. Soku. So. Kan. Nin. Okay. When you're at the Nin, you cross your fingers completely and palms down. Your thumbs touch. Chi. The earth. The mudra of water. Sui. Thumbs touching but water falling down. Sui. Go get your major together. major, not index, and you touch the thumb, hands are up. Fu, the wind. Ka, major still touching. Just lift. Fire mudra. Ka, and that fires with you. Ku. Okay, ku is the complex one. Your left hand receives, left hand receives, right gives. So your left hand receives from higher Buddha, left is up. Right still towards you to give you. And you mix in the middle. And you get close to solar plexus. That's the mudra of vacuity, emptiness, or spirit. Okay? That's the mudra Ku. The earth, water, air, fire, and vacuity in the Japanese tradition, the elements are in order of physical density and not in order of spiritual origin, like the Hindu. But earth, fire, heavens, water, air. So we'll respect that wisdom, because we want the human to be affected by the Buddha Radiance. So that is why we say it in Japanese instead of Sanskrit. When we do the physical human bringing in, also to respect tradition. So if we say earth, chi, water, sui, majors, fu, yeah, lift to the fire of the heart, ka, is between the throat and the heart, ka, ku, and the final mudra fugen, fugen, on each side, not too wide, just letting go. That vacuity is not just vacuity. There's the from above, so below, abu bahantu. Fugen, no attachment. Just let go of everything. And once we're here, we know that everything is fine. Dai Kongou In. Everything will be forever favorable starting now or from now on. Okay? It's immediate and forever. Dai Kongou In. That's the favorable mantra in Japanese. Sarvata Kalyana Mangala Bhavantu. So I will do it in front of you, just observe, okay? Do. Dai Kongou In. Dai Kongou In. Dai Kongou In. Rin. Hyo. To. Sha. Kai. Jin. Ret. Zai. Zen. Jichi. So, Sa, Kan, Nin, Shi, Sui, Fu, Ka, Ku, Fugen, Dai Kongou In. And while you're like this, you just let yourself affected by the radiance. Bring your hands together. Because of the shaking, we don't do the Vajra Mudra. Just stay prayer because it's easier. If you can do it mixed, it's okay. But with prayers, more comfortable. Dai Kongou Bushu, 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 Dai Kongou Bushu. Dai Kongou Bushu, 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 Dai Kongou. Dai Kongou Bushu, Dai Kongou Bushu. This seal, it does not suffice to know the words and the mudras. With the intense study of Kuji-in and integration, practice of elements, development of virtue, non-attachment, and hope and faith, everything will be fine. Then the seal, then the central part, the Buddha Radiance, the indestructible, it cannot be altered. It's perfect. It comes down showering like a rain of golden light drops. Feel it coming down with all the practice. Okay? When you do the seal, you invoke 3 times the Buddha Radiance. You do all the mudras, then you chant. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, half an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours like we used to do. And every 15 minutes we ring a bell, salute the Buddha Radiance 3 times. And meditate. After a few minutes of meditation, the bell rang and we did it again. Imagine a night of this. It's painful. When we don't have integrated, when we did not integrate everything, it comes on us, imposing itself. What is the Buddha Radiance? I talked about threshold of realism. It is the invocation of the higher threshold of realism to shower down in this reality which is real. So here we can be awakened and exist as real, as the more real than here. That is the purpose of the Dai Kongou tradition, which was lost. Of course. To understand the magnitude of the wisdom, that teaching about reality I gave, is something difficult to accept in the ego, to absorb. There's a lot of hard work. It is efficient. I have not found the records of Yotsuma Daishi Sensei, the Grand Master of that tradition, which I was. So I believe they simply destroyed every trace of that character. Or that 500 years ago, they did not have the internet to safekeep everyone who did everything. If you want to try Yotsuma Daishi Sensei, great master Yotsuma, which is not a typical Japanese name. In any case, we will practice now.